welcome back. So I am going to talk to you today about Monster Hunter, which I just watched on 4K, and the biggest surprise I can give you about this film is I didn't hate it. I went in kind of expecting it to suck. I mean, the director Paul W.S. Anderson is primarily known for the Resident Evil franchise, which is a guilty pleasure of mine, but I know they're terrible and bad films. They're not good, but they're fun. So going into this one, I was just hoping more than anything it was at least a fun film, and it was. I didn't expect to enjoy it actually more than I did. I come out of it thinking this is actually a decent action film. I really liked it. So in regards to my history with Monster Hunter, I have played the game. One of them's called Ice World, I think, or Iceborne or something. I have it on my PlayStation 5, and yeah, I didn't get very far into it, but I have played it, so I do have a slight connection and a slight understanding of what Monster Hunter is in regards to the game that this is based on. Now, is it faithful? Maybe, kind of. I'm not really the one to tell you because, like I said, I didn't get very far into that game. So I'm not sure if fans of the game are going to like the movie. So perhaps you guys can tell me down below in the comments, as a game fan, did you like this film or did you think it was trash? For me, as a movie fan coming in, not really knowing too much about the game, the movie played really well. It kind of explained the story, introduced us to a bunch of interesting characters, had some fun CGI, some fun monsters, like the fight scenes were incredible, and an interesting premise about this world full of monsters and a whole band of people that hunt them. Now, the game, the RPG, like I said, I've played the introduction to it, and I've got to the main base where you kind of get all your stuff, and I've got like one mission, and I've gone on to kill this monster, but I couldn't work out the control system. It was a bit whack. Now, you actually got to take these monsters down in real time, but I couldn't work the control system very well, so I got very frustrated and put it down, and I didn't go back yet. Like, I'm sure I will. I mean, I spent like $70 on this thing, so I'm sure I'll go back to the game. But yeah, so like I said, my knowledge is a bit thin when it comes to comparing it to the movie. Now, it stars Milla Jovovich from the Resident Evil franchise, and yeah, she's not the world's greatest actress for sure, but she's quite competent in this. I mean, she's done a lot of movies now, so I feel that she was actually pretty good in this one. She emoted to some funny moments, and yeah, I really thought she was quite believable in the role. I mean, she does a lot of action, so she's very, very good in that department. And to be honest, it doesn't look like she's aged a day from that first Resident Evil film, and she's just aging like a fine wine. She's still stunning. Tony Jaa is in this, and he's a great action film star. He has done, I'm just quickly checking Internet Movie Database. This is my go-to. He's done the Ong Bak movies. What else has he done? Jiu-Jitsu, which I'm going to watch that. It's got Nicolas Cage in it. He was in Triple X Return of Xander Cage, Fast and the Furious 7, The Protector 2, the On Back movies. I've seen the first one, which I really enjoyed. I thought he might have been in The Raid, but that was somebody else. But he's a great fighter. He's got some amazing action scenes in this one with Milla. They do a couple hand-to-hand fight combat scenes, and yeah, she held her own, but he definitely kicked her in the face a few times. It's also got Ron Perlman in it. He does have a bit of makeup on him, so he is hard to pick out, but for me, yeah, no matter how much makeup he wears, you can always pick out Ron Perlman, and I'm always happy to see him, our favourite Hellboy. It's also got Diego Boneta he was in Terminator Dark Fate and Rock of Ages. That's where I know him from primarily. And also Megan Good, Josh Hellman, and a few other cast members. But to be honest, and I don't really want to go into spoiler territory too much here, but the movie pretty much belongs to Milla and Tony Jaa. So all the supporting characters, they're not in the film very long, so I won't say anything else. But yeah, we don't really get to spend a lot of time with the other characters. You know, read into that what you will about a bunch of people going to a monster planet. Like I said, no spoilers, but yeah, I found it really enjoyable. So P.W.S. Anderson, the director who is also married to Milla Jovovich, did I say Jovovich? And they was kind of making movies together. He's primarily known for the Resident Evil series. He's directed most of them and written all of them, I think. He also directed the original Mortal Kombat film, which is incredible. And it's a classic. And The Three Musketeers, I think that's the TV series. but primarily he's just done a lot of Resident Evil and Death Race, and that's all he's really done. So it's not too surprising to me that he's come back to a game-based movie, which he does do well. So this one, I would rate this, out of all the Resident Evil films, which, like I said, I do love, this is definitely better than most of those. Like, the CGI in this is incredible. It looks like they use a lot of practical effects. The action sequences are decent. I mean, they are a lot of fun, and that's all I really wanted out of this movie, is to be entertained. And for just over the hour and a half that it goes for, 1 hour, like 45 minutes or so, it is entertaining from beginning to end. But sure, there are some plot contrivances that you're not really going to understand. I mean, there is one scene at the beginning where it seems like Miller's character, and what is her name in the movie? Artemis. There is a scene, and this is pretty much the only spoiler I'm going to go into, but it seems like she's killed fairly early on in the movie, but then she seems to be recovered and okay and carries on like nothing happened to her. It's not really explained. Well, if it was, I missed it. But after she wakes up, she's pretty much the picture of health, and she's kicking ass through the rest of the movie. So there are a few plot holes, but you can kind of forgive those in these kind of movies, because I don't really go into a PWS Anderson film expecting a Academy Award winning story, because it's not what he delivers. I mean, nobody sets out to make a bad film. Like, every time somebody goes to make a movie, they want to make a good film, and they want to entertain the audience. So even though we might have a few holes that are like kind of hard to explain, and like a few things are just kind of glossed over, it is entertaining and it's fun and it's engaging. Like, I didn't even want to take a nap or anything. I just watched it all the way through, and that was my biggest kudos I can give to this film. Now, his editing style, I don't know who does the editing for him. Let me just check the list here if I can. But it's very fast chopping. It's like edited so quickly that there's like barely any moments where a scene plays out smoothly for a few minutes, like especially the fight scenes. It's edited by Doobie White. What has he done? He's also done he did Gamer, Resident Evil, the final movie, a few other things I've not really seen. But the editing is quick. Like, when you get an action scene, and when you got an actor or a fighter like Tony Jaa in your movie, you just got to put the camera on him and let him do his thing, because he's a phenomenal martial artist, is how he made a name for himself. And even though the action scenes were they were fun and exciting, you're not really getting a good sense of what the choreography is. I mean, Tony Jaa is amazing, like I said, so there's a lot of close-ups, quick cuts, and it's just very jerky in its movements. So that's the kind of like one of the biggest criticisms I can give this film. Like, it didn't turn me off, but it was definitely very noticeable when you're watching the movie that the editing was just like, wow. So super quick editing. But overall, if you want to have a quiet Saturday afternoon in with a bucket of popcorn and just watch a fun, entertaining, engaging film, Monster Hunter will definitely suit the bill, man. It was cool. I did like it. As soon as the credits started rolling, I was just like, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate this movie. This was actually fun. So kudos, man. So he does, like I said, he's responsible for most of the Resident Evils, and like I said, they are a guilty pleasure. I do enjoy watching them, and they just recently got a 4K release in a beautiful box set. So I have been revisiting them the last couple of weeks, and they're bad movies, but they are fun. Now, in regards to the 4K on this, it's a good looking film. It's polished up really nicely. I think it's shot digitally, so there's no film grain that I could see, but it's very, very detailed, crisp picture. There's a lot of night scenes, very dark, and you can see the image perfectly. All the fire and the lighting and the explosions and all the smoke, everything is gorgeously rendered and looks beautiful with the HDR. So it does look really good, and the clarity in the digital image once again is just insane. So I haven't compared it to the Blu-ray, but it is a good looking film. Like I said, the 4K was astounding. It looked very, very good on my big HDR 4K 87-inch LG OLED display. It looked amazing. So check it out if you want to pick it up on 4K. I really enjoyed it. So did you guys like Monster Hunter starring Mila Jovovich? Have you seen it? What do you think? Please discuss below. Let me know what you thought of it. Do you want a franchise out of this film? Do you want more? I mean, it does kind of end with, you know, sequel potential, but most of these movies do. Let me know down below what you think, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.